Hello, Lenawee County. My name is Brian Vish, and it has been a busy week this week in Lenawee.
Accurate, dependable, and late breaking. This is local and state news on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station.
Lenawee County Commissioners are raising concerns about gaps in the county's tornado siren system following recent severe weather events. During the May Criminal Justice Committee meeting, emergency management officials confirmed the city of Adrian has no tornado sirens, while sirens in Blissfield and Raisin Township are currently not operating. Officials say achieving full county-wide siren coverage would require more than 200 additional sirens at an estimated cost of about $30,000 each. Commissioners also discussed aging infrastructure, with some sirens still operating on outdated VHF technology. Emergency management says about 30,000 residents are currently signed up for the county's Rave Emergency Alert System, which officials say is becoming increasingly important for severe weather notifications. Lenawee County could receive new revenue from future renewable energy projects following a partial court victory tied to Michigan's Public Act 233 lawsuit. During Wednesday's Lenawee County Board of Commissioners meeting, Commissioner Kevin Martis provided an update on the decision made.
79 counties and townships joined together to challenge the order implementing Public Act 233 with respect to renewable energy development. We did get our opinion, and while we were successful in some parts, we were ultimately unsuccessful.
However, Commissioner Martis said there was some good news.
The one area, however, where we were successful has a direct impact on county finances. The MPSC had incorrectly decided that the only units of government entitled to financial compensation for hosting a wind, solar, or battery project had to exercise zoning jurisdiction over those projects. And the court said, no, that's incorrect, which means every wind and solar project or battery project that takes place inside Lenawee County, the county government is now entitled to $2,500 per megawatt nameplate capacity.
He then elaborated on what that impact looks like.
The project in Raisin Township, for instance, which I think is 100 or 150 megawatts, multiply that by $2,500, and that's a check that needs to come to Lenawee County. The one in Deerfield that, of course, the citizens oppose would still generate a $500,000 check before any of the other tax revenue.
That was Commissioner Kevin Martis. Adrian Public Schools Superintendent Nate Parker says the district is taking time to evaluate its next steps after last week's school millage proposal failed at the polls. Parker says while the outcome was disappointing after months of work and planning, district leaders are now focused on gathering feedback and reassessing the proposal moving forward. He says the vision behind the millage was centered on creating expanded opportunities for students and continuing to think big for the future of the district.
I think it was a lot of people worked very hard. It was a vision for our kids. And again, it's always disappointing when you get to that point and it doesn't pass. But we also know, we learn something every time we do that. It's too early to really say, I get the question a lot, what's next? And I think we need to get back, we need to assess, we need to analyze, we need to get feedback and input from a lot of different people. But again, it's always disappointing. However, like I said, we're going to continue to think big, and we want to do what's right for our kids and show our kids that we can dream big and that we can do big things in this community.
We'll hear more from Mr. Parker in just a moment. Adrian Public Schools is continuing to expand its Diploma Plus initiative, a district-wide effort aimed at ensuring every student graduates with more than just a diploma. During Monday night's Board of Education meeting, Adrian High School Principal Dr. Sam Schools outlined a growing list of accelerated and career-focused opportunities now available to students, including dual enrollment, advanced placement courses, apprenticeships, early middle college, industrial arts, JROTC, and tech center pathways. The goal is no longer just getting students across the graduation stage. District leaders say every student should leave with what they call a Diploma Plus: college credits, career credentials, apprenticeships, or hands-on workforce experience designed to give students a head start before they ever leave high school. After the meeting, Adrian Public Schools Superintendent Nate Parker spoke with WLEN.
Diploma Plus is just the idea that, right now every kid who walks across the stage has a high school diploma. And that's important, but our goal is that every single kid has a diploma plus something else. That could be dual enrollment credit, college credits from a university. It could be, tech center credit credentialing that gives them a head start into trade school or into the industry or the workforce. It could be something that getting them ready to go into the military. It could be trade school. It could be all of those kinds of things. So our idea is to be intentional about kids not just getting a high school diploma. That's still important, but they need to have a head start into whatever their post-secondary vision is, what they want to do, what their passion is, what they want to do after school.
District officials highlighted Adrian's growing dual enrollment and early middle college options, allowing some students to graduate with significant college credit or even an associate's degree at no cost to families.
I think the other part of Diploma Plus, what you saw, is there's all kinds of different avenues for kids. For every kid should be able to find something that fits with them. Not every kid's going to go to a four-year college, but we've got a lot of other avenues. It might be, a two-year associate's degree. It might be trade school.
School leaders say one of the biggest goals moving forward is making sure parents and students fully understand the opportunities available before students reach high school. Officials also argued few districts in the region can match the scale of Adrian's current offerings.
There's so many options out there. There's so many opportunities out there, but we got to make sure we're making our kids and parents aware of them. And I think that's huge for this community because, as jobs are hard to get, and we need people who are employed and people who are working. But at the same time, some of our employers are really struggling to find people to fill roles that they have or to fill jobs. So that synergy of us making sure kids are prepared and have that next level beyond the diploma is good for the community. It's good for the kid.
Administrators say the district plans to continue expanding the program in future years with additional partnerships and career pathways already under development. Hundreds of athletes, coaches, volunteers, and family members gathered Friday at Siena Heights University for the Civitan of Lenawee Special Olympics Spring Games.
So a day like today for our athletes, they are celebrated at every turn. You and I are used to getting celebrated at a lot of big events in our lives. These athletes don't always get that. So today is all about them. It's all about their success. We set up everything for that.
The annual event featured opening ceremonies and track and field style competitions for athletes from across the region, highlighting inclusion, teamwork, and community support. Participants competed in a variety of events throughout the day inside the Siena Heights Fieldhouse and on campus grounds.
Volunteers, it takes a lot of people to put this on. Without them, we wouldn't have today. When I say we don't get any funding except our local sponsors, that's who puts us on this event. We start off with $0 every year, and our sponsors, they come out in full force. They mean the world to us, but again, it's our families and our athletes this is about. And they come every year. This year we have about 315, so they make the day what it is.
Organizers say the games give athletes a chance to showcase their abilities while building confidence and friendships through competition. Here at Siena Heights University, athletes from across Lenawee County and beyond spent the day competing, celebrating, and supporting one another during the Special Olympics Games.
I just hope they have the best day. I hope they have success at every event. I hope their hearts are filled with love and happiness and have the best time.
Events like this are about much more than competition. They're about giving athletes an opportunity to build confidence, friendships, relationships, and community through sports. What started as a vacant lot on Howell Street is now a completed Habitat for Humanity home built largely by Lenawee Intermediate School District students learning the construction trades. Over the last year, students in the LISD residential construction program handled much of the work themselves, from framing and siding to cabinetry and insulation. While working alongside Habitat Humanity staff, and instructors.
Habitat for Humanity, we're a nonprofit builder. I mean, a lot of people know what we do, but with this cool thing that we did this year was that we partnered back up with the school. It's been a great opportunity, working with the students. Having them on site has been great. Working with them, hanging out with them, great time.
So we actually went into building tiny houses for the DNR for a few years. They were trying to get some tiny houses built for their properties up in the state parks. We just ended up going a different route, and we built tiny houses for about 5 years, and now we're back at building habitat houses. Originally there was a house on the property that Habitat had demoed down for us, so when we arrived with students, there was actually a hole in the ground with a foundation in, and from that point on it's been pretty much the students doing all the work to the house. Pretty much everything you see in the house has had a student's hand on it, and they've poured a lot of their own work into it as well.
Students involved in the project said the experience gave them more than classroom instruction, teaching them teamwork, accountability, and real-world trade skills while contributing to something meaningful for a local family.
I knew I didn't want to go work in like a desk job. I just didn't want to sit down and all day. Then I looked at the tech center and I was like looking at the list of classes, what they offered, and I saw building trades. And at first I wanted to do HVAC, so I saw that they did HVAC on there, so I was like, let's do this class. Then we started building sheds and I just fell in love with framing, and then I knew I just loved working with my hands. So then when I knew that they had residential construction in second year class, it just made it even better.
I know I wanted to get into the trades, knew I wanted to. I love being hands-on, so I mean, it's something I really wanted to do, and I was already in the industry. So I come from Ash Builders pretty much, and yeah, I mean, it was nice to get some hands-on experience before coming out here.
So once the kids are done, the dedication to the homeowner, and then once the homeowner's got all her stuff in a row and Habitat's able to release it to her, she essentially takes over the house and moves in. And now it's her house. But when we poured the concrete, which the students did as well, the homeowner went and got her kids and brought them back and put their handprints in it. We try to do whatever little things we can just to kind of make it a little extra for the homeowner, make it feel a little bit more like home for them when they move in.
The home was formally dedicated Tuesday as the Zick family prepared to move in, marking the end of the students' year-long project and the beginning of a new chapter for the family receiving the home.
So my first thought when entering my new home is just, it's beautiful. It doesn't feel real. And we are so blessed to be able to be a part of this opportunity.
Habitat officials and instructors said moments like that are exactly why the partnership matters, giving students hands-on experience while helping provide affordable housing for families here in Lenawee County.
Keep chasing your dreams. Don't ever think that, you can't be a part of something like this. So I'm honored to be able to work with Habitat for Humanity and the LISD Tech Center to make this house a reality.
Habitat for Humanity and LISD officials say they hope to continue similar student-built housing projects in the future. Lenawee Broadcasting's Hometown Hope program is highlighting a local organization working to address food insecurity in Adrian. Fishes Loaves Pantry, part of the Neighbors of Hope network, provides groceries to individuals and families across Lenawee County.
We get donations from businesses, from churches, from condominium groups, from individuals. Adrian Steele is a huge donor for this pantry, and we're very grateful for that. Adrian College had a food drive. They gave us 700 pounds of food just before Christmas. Kroger, it was just serendipity that they had rejected a truckload of potatoes. And the truck driver called us and said, "Would you like these potatoes?" And we said, "Sure." And it turned out to be 9,000 pounds of very nice gold potatoes, which we then said, okay, we can't possibly get rid of them all in a short amount of time and have them stay not sprouting. So what we did, we called around the county to the different pantries that we collaborate with and different food kitchens. So we either delivered or they picked up, and we went through in a couple of weeks those 9,000 pounds of potatoes going to needy people. If they aren't registered with our database, we go through a short registration process. We only serve people in Lenawee County. They have to be low income. And then we print out that list and hand that off to our volunteers to assemble the order back in the pantry shelves. They put that together, they will weigh it. We distribute food based on family size, and so bigger family gets more food.
The pantry operates on an appointment basis and allows clients to select their own food, creating a more personalized and dignified experience.
I think it for sure allows for more choice, and if somebody has particular conditions that they need a certain food, it helps in making that choice as well. And as well, if there's anything culturally, being able to share just makes so that the consumer gets what they need.
We actually have our inventory on a touch screen, and that's where we volunteer with the shopper and make a list exactly what they want. They don't get just handed food. They get to choose.
Leaders with the organization say demand for services has continued to grow, reflecting broader economic pressures facing local residents.
Just even the short time I've been here, more new people are coming to us. Frequency, of course, is limited. People are asking if they could come, but we certainly give them information for the other pantries in the area. I think there's been an increase in the number of seniors that are coming. And from what I can tell, an increase in the number of people that are working, but still below thresholds where they can afford food.
What we've also found is people that formerly had been registered and hadn't been here in a long time because they were making their budget fine. Now they no longer are having enough money left over for food, and so they've come back to the pantry more and more. They tell us their SNAP benefits are getting cut as well. So
that's had, I think, a big influence.
Yeah.
The pantry serves both those experiencing long-term hardship and people facing short-term challenges.
We have a very welcoming and supporting environment, and we literally, people come in kind of depressed about their situation and they leave a little bit of joy.
I have to second that too, really. I think people feel comfortable and safe is how some of the consumers have described their experience here, and welcoming. I think that it's meeting somebody where they're at and being caring and listening and supportive and helping them make good choices about their food.
One of our volunteers came to us originally because he was fulfilling an obligation for court-ordered community service. And when he finished his service, he came back to be a regular volunteer because of the environment here. And he's the first person who will go down the hallway and meet people even before they get all the way down and say, "Hi, how can I help you?" with a smile. People may feel guilty, and we have run into that. You know, they don't think they should have to get help. But we say, we're just neighbors helping neighbors. We love to share, and that's how we try and make them feel more comfortable. And talk to them about recipes, talk to them about, you know, their families. All those things make it a more intimate kind of an interaction. And me as a churchgoer here, we think of it as a ministry, that it's helping people with their spirits as well as their bodily needs.
Beyond providing food, the pantry aims to support stability for families by easing one of the most immediate financial burdens. Fishes Loaves Food Pantry offers a range of support programs for Lenawee County residents, including grocery assistance, meal kits, and birthday cake kits for families celebrating special occasions.
Yeah, we get great feedback both on our recipes, and then this meal kit behind here, the recipe is on this bag, and all the items are in the bag. So we call that a meal kit.
The creator of the recipes.
No. It was all the volunteers brainstorming.
Yeah.
But then I copied them.
Yeah. I think it gives people ideas, and it helps people make even healthier choices, not knowing what to do with all the things they have and pulling it together, having a recipe to follow. A young man was his first time living independently. And he didn't know a lot about cooking. He really appreciated the recipes and the simple recipes that didn't take a lot of ingredients. He was real excited about the idea of being able to do that. The birthday kits are just cake mix and frosting, a pan to bake it in.
And candles.
And instead of using, isn't there soda or there's a special recipe that allows for fewer ingredients when
most cake mixes, they need eggs and oil, but you can get by without that with a can of soda pop. So we have a recipe for that, and so we have all the ingredients for making a cake that way with candles, which a lot of families really appreciate, to give something special to their kids just once in a while.
Organizers say community support remains critical to keeping shelves stocked and operations running.
We would love more donations, whether it's individuals or groups. We then would need people to process those donations once they're in the building. So what we typically do is people either drop by or call if they want to either donate their items or donate their time. We have both church members and community members who are current volunteers, and we kind of rotate through the schedule. We do need more, I think, inventory. We need more items. We take both items and cash, and we've been using our cash lately to fill in the gaps of where we are lacking very popular items. I mean, you wouldn't think we'd run out of peanut butter, but we ran out of peanut butter, so we had to go and buy some peanut butter because we weren't getting enough donations of peanut butter. It's one of those basic things that everybody could use, and we didn't have it. So we are doing okay, but we would love to do better.
We're having a grow a row, so we're asking people with gardens to grow an additional row for the pantry for fresh vegetables. And the church here is going to be having a garden this year, is that right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So we're excited about being able to provide more fresh. When we were thinking about donations, thinking about being able to provide more fresh things, whether it be dairy or meat or vegetables and fruits, I think would be a really great thing for the pantry to have.
Those interested in receiving assistance or supporting the pantry can find more information through Neighbors of Hope. The pantry is located inside First United Methodist Church at 1245 West Maple Avenue here in Adrian. Services are available by appointment. For information or to schedule a visit, call 517-759-4421. And that'll wrap it up for us here this week in Lenawee. I'm Brian Vish for WLEN, Lenawee's local news station.
Count on WLEN, Lenawee's local news station, to keep you informed with accurate and dependable information 24 hours a day.